Good morning, guys. So this is just the intro to the video. I am going to be repurposing an old bookshelf that my mother-in-law gave me today. So when I get back inside, I'll show you guys that. But first, I wanted to show you guys one of our doughs is in heat, and I'm going to show you how you know. Okay, one way to tell your dough is in heat is you'll see her flagging her tail a lot more. Another indicator is that she stands fairly still to let him try and mount her. And another is they might be a little bit more talkative. So she's flagging her tail a lot, she's talking a lot more, and she's letting him kind of get up there. Okay, did you see how her back arched? That usually means that he was able to make it inside. See how she's rubbing up on him? Her tail's flagging. Oh. These two are actually the same age. They were born in the same month and everything. So dough that's in heat will be flagging her tail a lot. She'll also stand still to let the buck mount her. They may be a little more talkative. I just went out to the woodshed to get my sander. I'm gonna bring it inside and show you guys the bookshelf we're gonna be working on today. Currently in the room that we're redoing, just so that way I don't make a mess of the house when I sand this, but this is the shelf she gave me. It is solid wood, so we are going to be sanding it and staining it the color of our dining room table and using it as a spice rack in the kitchen. And I'll show you guys where we're gonna hang it. So this is in our kitchen, and when we do redo the kitchen, we are going to put an L-shaped counter here and more shelving up here. But for now, we've only got our garlic here, so we're gonna put the shelving unit up there and put our spices there. So this is the stain color on our dining table, and I'll show you guys the can and what color it is. This is what we'll be using on the shelf, and it's dark walnut. However, we did burn the table before we stained it. I don't know if I'm gonna do that with the shelving though. So this is an older bookshelf, and it's got like scratches on it and little dents and dings like that. And I am just going to leave those there, and I think they will give it more character after I stain it. There's a couple up here. Okay, I flipped it upside down so I can do the bottoms of the shelves because it is going to be hanging. So I just got done sanding everything that was flat. It's looking really good. I did end up sanding the back just because when I do stain it, I want everything to be cohesive, and because it's going to be hanging up on the wall, I don't know exactly what's going to be showing. For the corners and edges, I'm just going to use a big square of 100 grit. All right, so I just finished this first rounded corner. I'm going to do the rest of the rounded edges with the sander, just being really careful, and then hopefully these corners go a little bit smoother. All right, so all these curved edges at the top are done, and along the front. Now all I got to do are these corners. It's gonna take me a while. All right, guys, I just finished sanding the corners, and I also put on another grit sandpaper so that way it's nice and smooth. I am going to wipe it off with a damp rag, and then we are gonna start staining it. This was as good as I could get the corners, but the stain is pretty dark, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay guys, it's the next day. I've got my stain, I've got my cloth, I've already cleaned this all off. It's all sanded and everything, so let's get to staining. just finished the first coat. I'm not gonna do a second coat, but I am gonna have to come back in here and get all these edges and corners. I got as close as I could, but as you can see, there's still some spots. And then I'm gonna flip it over so I can do the bottom part, because like I said, it's gonna be hanging, so you will see the bottom. I'm excited to see it when it's all dry, but you can tell right here, it definitely matches our dining table. I did finish getting it stained, and I wasn't able to find something to do the corners, so I just used a glove and the same rag that I did the rest of it with, and it came out really nice. It looks a lot darker on camera, and some spots are still wet, like the corners and stuff, but for the most part, it looks really good, and it definitely matches the dining table. So we're gonna hang it up next. Okay, so we had to add some wood in the center here, that way we could hang it, and it looks awesome. I'm gonna fill it up. Okay, so we got it finished, and I've already got some herbs up here. We were able to keep our garlic where it was, and I've added some tiny pumpkins from the garden. We've got just a basket of whatever. Obviously, stuff on here will change as the season changes, but this is what it looks like.